morning, people. So today's Monday, the favourite Beast Invasion day. So based on last week, was quite a disaster with the buffs. We focused on only getting the purple buffs. This week we're going to only do the legendary, the gold buffs, which I'm not overly enthusiastic about. I hope people kind of understand this is just a test, so it's not realistically what I would do. Although, if you look at the blue videos, I would highly recommend everyone just doing completely all blue, at least for a test, because I got at least 5 areas higher than I did on the purple. Obviously, they're not 100% comparison because you're going to get things different, but because I was able to get the buffs quicker from the blues, it meant I was able to progress quicker, which meant I was able to get more buffs quicker, if that makes sense. Anyway, so we're starting off on area 1. Last week we finished off on area 59.9, I think. Could have got further, but I stuck to the test and never changed anything. So I'm just going to suppress. Should take us to about 52, I think. Yeah, don't know. So 52, I'll call it 52.7. And we're going to choose the buffs. So I know I'm going to make a mistake here, but we're only going to pick the gold ones. Regardless of what we get offered, I'm only going to go for gold. And I strongly do not recommend this. So I'm not going to take anything here, so I'm going to just give up. Basically, I don't want to take these and then fight. I want to only fight with gold. So that was the same as taking, well, let's have a look. So it increases counter by 60. If you look at these kind of thing, if it was blue, let's just pretend this was a blue card, it would be 3, purple's 4.5, and legendary or gold is 6. So it's essentially 4 cards I've just used, and I got theoretically 2 blue. That makes it a bit easier. So this I'm not taking any, which obviously you would take them, but I'm not. So this is the same as taking 2 blue cards. I think theoretically we should get pretty much all gold, but it means the chances of us being able to upgrade them might be less, or it might work completely the other way, you know. So if we look at this one as a prime example, so all of a sudden that's just getting 4 blue cards. So we might be lucky. I just need to fill out the cards. And sorry if I'm a bit bleh, it's still early. I'm not actually awake yet. The good thing about the blue ones, I would be finished by now. I'm actually kinda liking the way it's going. Would be nice to get a full set regardless of what they are. Okay, so let's have a wee look at our buffs. So theoretically, getting one card is like getting two. I mean, if that was blue, it would only be 3%. If it was purple, it would have been 4.5%. So that's essentially at level 2. Now this one is kind of, more importantly, that's level 4 of that one. I think now, relatively, we still have, let's say, 7 cards before we get to the same level as we were the last time. I think, well, that's quite a good one. The rest of them, because they're all just ones or twos, you know, unless I get the card, let's say, I didn't even have a critical damage one, but even if I got all of them at 7, I mean, at 42% would be great, but I think I'll put a comparison. What I'll do is I'll put an image of the blue buff, the purple buff. Well, what I'll do is I'll put the corresponding one. Kind of won't work. What I'll do is I'll put the finished up blue buff, the finished up purple buff. Although they're not going to kind of match, it'll make it more sense, because it'll be like, at the end of the event I had this, at the end of the event I had this, and this is what I currently have. And then we'll be able to see, well, I'll put the end of the event, then the next screen you see will be the current one, so then you can compare them by just going back a frame type thing. Yeah, that would be easier. Right, so currently we're on area 52. We'll just finish off area 52. I don't have anything else to collect, etc. So we're keeping the exact same people. Essentially, I'm keeping everything the exact same order. The actual beasts will increase on my end throughout the week. So what I'll try and do, if I can complete them, I'll do kind of most of it today, and then when it gets to the later stages, like area 59 for example, I'll do one tomorrow, and then anything else I'll do at the weekend, and that gives us a chance to try and get the beasts a wee bit better. And that's, I mean, realistically I haven't done any since Monday, and I think the beasts have maybe increased, I don't know. Yep. So it's not going to be an exact match, and the only thing that will be exact is you can see the buffs. So although there won't be the same buffs, etc., it will just give you a mini example. Anyway, so I'll get my magic code out the way. So these can be in any order, regardless of this, and generally whoever hits first kind of takes the damage first. It changes quite regularly, and the person we're fighting at the beginning, in tier 6, 800,000, is a fire based card. I don't have enough beasts to be selective, and in theory, if I number these as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have noticed that in previous events it seems to go 2, 1, 4, and then 5, 3. Although it does change, that one seems to be the biggest amount. So I'm just going to put it on, I won't actually bother. There we go. As you can see, number 2, or whatever, number 2 got hit first. Now if you look at the beasts, you see that number 1 got hit first. It's not very loud this morning. So we've got number 2 again. Sorry, I was changing the sound. Now they switch positions on the field, but still it went number 2, then went to number 1. Now the reason I kind of found out this was because I was wanting to put some sort of like blockers or tanks to try and take the damage while the others create damage. So straight away, it's just not going to happen all the time. Straight away, number 2 was hit first. Now it changed. So it went number 2 and now it's hitting number 4. So we could presume that number 2 was hit first because it initiated the attack. The stage 10 beasts seem to be quite erratic. They hit anything, or they start off like hit, go somewhere else. I think it's because it's got an AoE circular or an AoE like 3 people, seems to be a bit kind of irrelevant. Anyway, okay, so that was Area 52. I'll just finish off by looking at the buffs so I can use that as the shot for the next one. But as you can see, if you could just dismiss that and pretend it's 2 1s, that means essentially we got 8 cards all level 2 blue, or theoretically level 1.5 purple. Now, going by previous events, if we're only going to possibly get another 5 or 6 buffs, the chances, if there's 12 cards, straight away you're only going to be kind of 70% chance, or whatever the math is, but too early for math. I think by far it's easier to get the blues because you get them quicker and you get them easier. So regardless of it being level 4, you had 4 times the chances of getting it. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video, but I'll just finish up here and hope you have a nice morning. Morning guys, so I've got a wee bit of time before I have to shoot off, so I'm just going to do another Beast Invasion. We'll go to the campaign, go to Beast Invasion, we'll have a look at the buffs. We're only going to be doing the gold ones today, or this week, and at the moment we're at Area 53. So I need to get to Area 54 just to align the videos, but I'll join this one onto the one you just watched. So you'll be watching this anyway, and we'll make all depends on time, but at the moment we've got no buffs that we can pick, although we have some slots. We're going to keep it simply to only have gold, so we'll have to give up. Now it's giving me the option to suppress. That's now because my buffs are higher than where I am, so we'll see where this takes us. That was exciting. So we've got 2 stages or something, so now we'll just go to challenge and we'll just make it all auto. So I'll just say this once, that we've got our magic 2, 1, 4, 5, 3. It's hit 2 first, then it's hitting 1. And then we'll just not mention it again for the rest of this video. People keep asking why I'm not changing them, but I'm trying to keep only for this test. Like if I was playing it personally, I wouldn't be doing this. Just trying to get through them as quick as I can. The kind of good thing, or maybe the bad thing, is we never got any cards this time. If we do get a card, it's essentially the same as getting 2 cards. But if you don't get them, you don't get them. It will have my wee rant. It's ridiculous that you have to go through this every week. I have no idea what the suppress is about. Unless they think the buffs add so much. But what I have seen is quite a lot of stage 9s seem to be higher or harder than the stage 10s. Just squeeze it in, then it was 2 and 1. Okay guys, so there we go. That's us kinda up to level, so we're currently going to be on area 54. This is only a small video, so what I'll do is I'll combine these two together to make it into this. Later on, if we do get a wee bit further, I'm going to probably have to put it in one video, depending on how many times. But just to remind you the rules, for these tests, we only have blue, we only have purple, and now we only have gold. And every fight, I'm keeping the squads the exact same, not changing anything at all. And in each stage, it's like 3 strikes you're out. And blue, we got up to level 64, I think. 63.4, and last week we only got to 59.9, and you could have a look at the videos if you want to compare the buffs, but I will be putting the images here. I hope you have a nice day.